Coming up on Torrance Today, Lunar New Year is quickly approaching and we've got events throughout next month to keep you celebrating. Business owners get some much needed help preparing for a prosperous 2023 and a coronavirus vaccine for dogs. Yeah, my poor Somi got her shot. I'll tell you more about that too. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, January 19th. I hope you're wrapping up a great week. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. Well, Lunar New Year is just a few days away this year. It falls on Sunday, January 22nd. It's the year of the rabbit, an animal that signifies positivity and wit. And in many Asian cultures, including Korean, this time of the year is all about celebrating new beginnings. Speaking of which, the Torrance Certified Farmers Market is relaunching its beloved food demonstration booth again for the first time since the pandemic began. And the first demo will feature Lunar New Year treats from a local chef. City Cable's Kirk Lyons has the story. Kirk?
Thank you, Christine. I am here at Ken's Top Notch at the Torrance Certified Farmers Market, and I am standing with Chef Hung Kwan, who is the chef at the Portofino Hotel and the Baleen restaurant inside.
Yes.
Correct? How are you today, Chef?
We're good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Now, you are a familiar face here at this market. You do a lot of your shopping for the restaurant. But we're here today because of some special events that are going to be taking place. You're going to be doing some demos coming up, and we'll talk about that. But it's revolving around the Lunar New Year. And I want to start off by asking you, what is the Lunar New Year?
Lunar New Year's is a Chinese and Vietnamese spring festival, per se. It represents the family, honoring our ancestors, and celebrating the produce that we have here at the beautiful farmers market.
Right, because it's sort of it's a transition into spring, so we leave those sort of craggy looking vegetables and the vegetables become very pretty and more delicate, and that's sort of a celebration of this, correct?
Correct. This year is the year of the rabbit, and it really signifies the new birth, per se. So you have a lot of new vegetables that's coming in, like snap peas, snow peas, pea tendrils, and all the great greens that's coming in right now.
What kind of a meaning does it have for you and your family? Do you celebrate within your family?
We do. So this year, I'm fortunate to have a new child coming in May. And so,
congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And so it really brings out, a lot of family, a lot of luck, and we're blessed to have that here.
Okay, now we're standing here in front of these delicious Cara Cara oranges.
Yes.
I was able to sample one, and I'm amazing. There's speech,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Well, so what is the significance of the orange, and what does it mean in terms of the Lunar New Year and cooking within the Lunar New Year?
So as far as Lunar New Year's, the citrus really is all about luck and prosperity and fortune, and this is what we look for in the New Year's. It's sweet and it's delicious.
So eat a lot of oranges for good luck. Okay, so let's now talk a little bit about the demos that are coming up. First, I want to start off by saying, do you realize it has been 4 years, or almost 4 years, since there's been demos here in the market because of the pandemic, and they're coming back, which is just amazing news for everybody. But you're going to be the first chef who gets to do a demo. How does that make you feel?
It's great to be the first victim,
No pressure, right?
No pressure. I'm excited. I've done, many events for, 200, 300, 400 plus. And we're looking to just create something beautiful. We're looking to do a cabbage roll with a lot of Asian ingredients. We're utilizing the Cara Cara skin for our sauce. and it's going to be great all around.
So wait a minute, hold on a second. Like, let's talk about this cabbage roll a little bit, because cabbage rolls that I know typically are sort of an Eastern European dish or a Jewish deli, and that's like meat with rice wrapped with cabbage, like a sweet tomato sauce. Are you doing something like that, or is you skewing more towards the Vietnamese side of things?
So we're steering to the Vietnamese and French side of
nice.
things. Yeah, so I think that's a great duel in culinary world. So we're utilizing a lot of vegetable in Vietnamese culture. We use a lot of herbs, vegetables, and we're gonna utilize rice and meat, and we're gonna roll it up in the cabbage, and we're gonna utilize the carrots in our sauces in the French sauce.
And you're going to be doing that here at the market?
We are here.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fantastic. I think the fact that we're back here, that we're able to do these demos, and that we're at a farmer's market that is so abundant. I mean, we look around, and you shop here regularly for your restaurant, and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so like I was saying, with a lot of new crops coming in, new vegetables, produce, we're looking to showcase what the produce is all about, and so we want to celebrate all the new crops that's producing right now as we speak.
Well, if you want to showcase, you have definitely picked the right place to do it, because like I said, it is abundant and it is beautiful. You walk through here, the smells are amazing, yes, and it's beautiful to look at. Anything else we can expect to see you make at the market?
There's going to be another surprise we'll see at the market.
All right. That's a tease. That's a tease. Listen, we're talking February 4th. You'll be here.
I will be here February 4th. That's Saturday, the first Saturday of February. Yes.
Okay. And then you're also coming back after that as well?
Yes.
Great. Well, we'll find out more about that as we go into your demos. But good luck with that. And I think we've gotten our lesson on the Lunar New Year and what we can expect, and some of the delicious foods that Chef is going to make. So, Christine, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Thanks, Kirk. Looking forward to that and more demonstrations in the weeks to come. Illegal sidewalk vending has been a growing concern over the past few years since California passed the Safe Sidewalk Vending Act in 2018, reducing the activity from a felony charge to a fine. The City of Torrance adopted a sidewalk vendors ordinance requiring vendors to follow local, county, and state laws such as obtaining proper permits. And more recently, the city developed a vendor task force. It consists of a team from the city's code enforcement unit, as well as the fire and police departments and the LA County Public Health Mobile Food Task Force. Together, they conduct joint inspections of illegal food vendors. The latest inspection took place this past Sunday, January 15th, with one vendor found violating the current laws. The next inspection is scheduled for Saturday, January 28th. Officials say illegal vending not only creates food and traffic safety issues, it can negatively impact local businesses. The city is asking for the public's help by not supporting illegal vendors and reporting them to the LA County Environmental Health Division at 1-888-700-9995. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce held a special event today for its members, providing the businesses with valuable information regarding the latest labor laws.
Well, if they employ employees, they should know what rules apply. And it's very easy to get very involved in selling your product or producing the food for the restaurant or whatever, and that's a full-time job. And it's very hard to keep up with what's going on in the legislature and in the employment law unless someone tells you.
Working with businesses in the City of Torrance is fantastic. It's a great community, and the business community in itself is very supporting. And I hope the attendees that came to this event take away something that can help their business and make sure that they are compliant and can bring it back to make sure that their business stays safe and not get any hot water.
The California labor law update provided these experts an opportunity to inform the full room of participants on the latest compliance updates for 2023 and answer any questions. The Chamber coordinates more than 130 events and programs throughout the year like this one, giving businesses many opportunities to connect and expand their knowledge and visibility. Well, did you know that there's a coronavirus vaccine for canines? My dog Somi just got her shot yesterday. Take a look.
Don't bite me. I know.
I'm so sorry, Somi. She was totally fine afterwards, though, prancing around and sniffing as usual during her neighborhood morning walk. Our veterinarian recommended this $22 shot, so I looked into how it compares to human coronavirus vaccines. VCA Animal Hospital says the canine coronavirus disease is a highly infectious intestinal infection in dogs, especially puppies. The virus is short-lived, but may cause a lot of abdominal discomfort for a few days. There are many types of coronavirus, each affecting different animal species, but the canine coronavirus, or CoV, is not the same virus as SARS-CoV-2, which causes COVID-19, and it does not affect humans. Experts say most canine coronavirus cases are contracted by oral contact with infected fecal matter, and a dog may also become infected by eating from contaminated food bowls or by direct contact with an infected dog. Merck, a company that discontinued the development of a COVID-19 vaccine a couple of years ago, currently offers vaccines for 2 forms of canine coronavirus. If you're also a dog owner, ask your veterinarian about canine coronavirus and see if a vaccine is a good option for your furry friend too. Well, as we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, meet a Torrance resident who pivoted her career during the pandemic, utilizing her skills in sales to launch her small business called Party in My Yardie. Then take a virtual trip to Olympus Board Shop, a one-stop shop for all things snowboard and paddleboard related. Then get inspired by those who exemplify excellence in arts at our city's latest celebration. All this and more on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Torrance City Cable. Well, still ahead, it's Thoughtful Thursday, and we'll share a touching story about a 3-generation military family that participated in a priceless city program when we come back in 60 seconds.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Thoughtful Thursday, I want to reintroduce you to a special family who participated in last year's Hometown Heroes Military Banner Recognition Program. The application period is now open again, and we want to remind you about how important this program is to our community. For the first time, 3 generations of hometown heroes from one family are on display throughout the streets of Torrance.
I'm so proud to be able to see their banners up on Torrance Boulevard in the city where all of us grew up in.
Stacey Toju says she and her husband Justin sponsored these banners because it's important for their family to preserve their legacies.
Growing up as a Japanese American, especially here in Torrance where there are so many Asian Americans, it's a story that we all know and we all grew up with, but I think a lot of people aren't familiar with it. During World War II, Japan was considered the enemy of the United States. So a lot of my relatives, my grandparents, they were all interned in camps, and they had the option to stay in camp or to volunteer to serve. And so a lot of them did. They wanted to prove their loyalty. They wanted to prove their patriotism. So they enlisted and they had their own segregated unit.
That segregated unit was called the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, an Army unit made up of Japanese Americans from Hawaii and the mainland U.S. This is where the Eguchi's military lineage began.
My grandfather, Kazumi Eguchi, he was in the Army and he served during the Korean War, which inspired my uncle, David Eguchi, to serve in the Navy. And he was a military Navy man. He was in active duty and the reserves for almost 25 years. And because of his service, he inspired his son, my cousin Chris Eguchi, to serve as well. So he's currently at the U.S. Naval Academy in Maryland.
She says participating in the city's banner program gave her the opportunity to dig deeper into her roots and appreciate her family even more.
So it really is a good way to learn more about what your family has done, the service that they've provided, and to appreciate the fact that they did come home. And it also helps me, empathize with all of the other military families with, soldiers who are in combat right now. There's this phrase in Japanese, and it's okage sama de, and it means because of you, I am. And that's a phrase we always use in my family and with Go for Broke as well, because really, we're here because of them.
You can watch the complete story on future episodes of Weekends in Torrance. If you have a family member that you'd like to honor in this way, you can submit an application through Tuesday, January 31st. Just go to torranceca.gov/hometownheroes. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great weekend.